Alright, so what's up everybody? This is the video that I have been waiting to post for the longest time. We recently, probably about maybe 3 weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago, I was doing some research and came across some stories on about a certain campus here in Knoxville, Tennessee. So I started doing some more looking into this and stuff like that. So then it came to the point where I decided to make a couple phone calls. And through these phone calls, I got put through to some people and they finally emailed me back. So we were given permission to come up to the University of Tennessee's campus to investigate one of the buildings there, Ayers Hall. So in this investigation, our tour guide was, he was an architectural engineer, Dan Smith, and he helped refurbish the building and do the renovations, that type of stuff. So he said, when we got there, I had asked him, have you experienced anything or heard anything going on in here? And he goes, oh, well, that's kind of interesting. One of the janitors or maintenance men was up on the 4th floor, I believe it was, and he had said that he had seen an orb move right in front of him, plain as day. So that was an interesting thing. So throughout the video, when we started filming this, my cameraman, Brent Alt, had the camera and we were recording. So the first part of this, we went back and looked at the footage. The first half of that was not there. So in this video, you will see that we pick up in the hallway, and I'd asked Dan Smith about the clock tower. And so then when the video opens, you hear him, you catch the tail end of that conversation. Prior to none of the footage being on there, for the first half of the investigation, we ran a couple of tests with the REM pod in the hallway. There's a whole hallway that had like memorial benches for people. So we really didn't catch anything. And also, I had mentioned to Dan, I don't believe this part's on the footage and stuff, but I told him I had been to several haunted locations, and upon going into these places, you automatically can feel it in the air. And I told him that it's like, I just don't feel anything in this building. And so I began to think that maybe these stories were just kind of like urban legends about the campus and stuff like that, or legends of the campus and that type of stuff. So we go down to some other areas in the building, ran a couple tests, we weren't really picking up anything. So then we go outside, because a lot of the legends, some of the stuff, those ghost stories and the urban legends around that involve seeing the Wampus cat and a dog, like a black hound, or I can't remember what the name of the hound is. The Wampus cat has been believed to have been seen there, and also an animal that is feline yet wolf-like, and it rears up on its hind legs from time to time. So we're outside, and the sun's starting to go down, and so we ran a necrophonic. We had the REM pod out there. I pulled up the necrophonic app, and we start running some tests out there. And if you listen on this session, we didn't pick any of this up. We did hear a couple things that came up, but of course, when you go back and you look at your footage, that's when you catch what I call the Easter eggs, the stuff that you come through and you listen to it at that point, and you start to hear stuff. So we heard the name John, and we heard, please John join us, and John does, and we caught the name Emily. And at that point we kind of wrap up and we go inside, and I started to wrap it up right there. So I was like, we really aren't catching much, and pretty much not a whole lot at all. And Brent goes, well, we still have one more section to look at. So we walk down the side of the building, and we come in through the side. You'll see a memorial bench there. So like I said, with what I just said, the name we caught was John, and I didn't realize that until after until I went back there and reviewed the footage, minus what we caught at the very end of this. So guys, this is the Ayers Hall video, and I hope you guys enjoy it. We do have some more stuff on the way. Of course, we're trying to do outdoor stuff around here, but these next couple weeks, it's rain, and more rain. So I'm going to try to do some other videos indoor and just do some stuff like that. So I got some pretty interesting ideas coming up, and maybe some other let's talk videos. I may get some of those set up again too. Anyways, guys, I just also want to tell you guys that we appreciate your guys' patience with us and your dedication to following us and subscribing. If you are new to this channel and just came across this, give this video a like, and if you're interested to see more of our content, feel free to look at our videos, and do us one big favor and smash that subscribe button, guys, and comment, please. Leave comments down below because that helps our algorithm. Anyways, guys, as we say, stay spooky, stay blessed, and stay safe, and we will see you on the other side.
To ultra high quality recording studios record the perfect note from a bell, and then you can digitally make whatever song you want it to play and play it over a speaker.
Now that's pretty cool.
It was also designed to have a clock in 1919. Couldn't afford it, never installed it. We installed it in 2011. So the size of the tower was fixed to accommodate the gears of the clock. The gearing of the clock now, for the outside of that phase, each of those clock ends is about 13 feet long. It's about that big around and about that deep. Rather than taking that huge tower.
And you said we do have permission to investigate outside if we're leaving the hall?
Yeah, if you want to walk around outside the buildings.
Probably wait till it gets a tad bit darker for that one. So this is, we're going back down to where we started, correct?
Yes, so this is, we're moving from, started at 4, that was the 3rd floor, moving down to 2nd. These stairs were actually original.
Wow.
So you can see places, as you look at this floor, you'll see that the stairs have some dips in them. And some stairs you can see where we've had to cut out and repair the terrazzo, or you can see cracks that we filled in.
Oh yeah, I can actually see
It just
slightly,
wear from put 100 years of students walking up and down it.
Yeah. I can hear all the noise that black people would think, you know, like the tapping, the slightest movement.
When the building is empty, when it's full of people,
Right.
you have that low-level noise that people make around you, and all those little noises go away. But when it's empty, and I picked this up in like big construction projects over the years, most of this hallway is hard surfaces. A little bit of, but most of it's hard surface, so stuff will echo down that hallway a long way.
It all makes sense. It really does.
You know, you'll hear something out of an elevator, but you can hear that from the other end of the building. And it's just this real faint.
And more of the same thing.
Yeah. Most of the classrooms on there are on the 1st floor, the ground floor where you come in. Or I'm sorry, not ground. Technically ground is the 2 levels on the ends that are slightly lower. So most of the classrooms on the 1st floor and on ground. And then 2 and 3 are mostly offices. This level is math department, and the level above is College of Arts and Science.
You can almost feel the temperature change too. Like up here it's a lot cooler, where we were down below, I believe, or up above, where the memorial benches were. It got kind of stuffy up there, but down here it feels a lot more cool.
It is late enough at night, and we're not running classes right now, so we set back the air conditioning
Okay.
as an energy savings measure.
Okay, that makes sense. Now, have you heard the students talk about, like, the bowler hat man? Have you ever heard that one before?
I haven't heard that one before, but UT's been around a long time.
Right.
So, and when you talk about, well, how long, you know, time and that sort of thing, there's been a lot of stuff happening on this campus for a long time.
Right.
Some of our oldest buildings, Ayers is not the oldest building on campus, and was built in 1919.
Yeah.
You know, so we've got stuff that is like very late, I think we've got one or two that might squeak in at very late 1800s.
Oh, wow.
So,
$1975, 1980, 1968,
mm-hmm.
1941.
Yep.
Wow. 1950.
So there used to be, on the first floor, a vault
Mm-hmm.
that kept freshman composition papers to prevent plagiarism. So they kept a copy of everybody's like final freshman paper in a giant bank vault, really. So that if future professors wanted to go like, oh, this reminds me of something somebody did last year, they go to the vault and they pull out the old papers they could compare.
Oh, wow. A little bit of a good history lesson while we're here, too. I like it. And deja vu.
Yeah.
It's only like we're looking at the other side coming this way.
Right. It very much is.
Yeah, it's just backwards.
It's where those two doors is like the twins from The Shining, just stand at the end of the hallway.
Everything looks creepier when you're here late at night. Because when you're here during the day, at 2 in the afternoon, two doors at the end of a hallway are creepy.
Yeah.
But
At night.
when you're here at night and you're alone, especially if you're thinking, oh, is there something paranormal going on? Isn't something like that? The two doors at the end of the hallway,
Yeah. It's like I said, like this hallway here and like the eaves right there. It totally, I'm flashing back to like Nightmare on Elm Street when Nancy's like walking down the hallway and she sees the girl like running in the hallway.
oh, absolutely.
It literally reminds me of that. Like,
Well,
literally.
And you've got to think, that was designed to evoke feelings of old school hallways.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the 80s, an old school hallway was built in the 50s. But if it was built in the 50s, it was designed to look like an old school hallway from, say, the 20s.
Right. So I would have to say that everything that I've heard so far based on you and just being in here and feeling the vibe of the building, I mean, being to several locations, you know, when you walk into a place that's legitimately haunted, there's a vibe in the air.
Right.
Here I don't feel
I've never felt uncomfortable in this building.
like you're being watched or anything
No.
like that. So we've investigated down there.
Yeah. This is the room that has more of the classrooms in it.
Right.
I'm happy to walk around wherever you want to walk around.
Okay. Quite tight. We can probably try like actually we can try in here. Like a little dining area.
That vault I was describing
Yes.
used to sit right where those Coke machines are.
That would be a huge vault.
Yes. The vault door filled this whole opening.
Yeah, I was gonna say the door must have been like right here.
I wish we hadn't had to do that. That is so unfortunate that we had to do that. We had to add a piece of equipment and cut some extra holes in.
Yeah,
And
put some extra.
we still love our other holes. But such is life. Oh, feel free to set some up.
Come on. All right, we're down here, I guess, in the dining hall.
This would be a student commons.
Student commons. Are there any students that have passed away that come in here sometimes to sit down and just take a break during your studies? If so, can you come forward and give us a sign and touch that antenna, please? I also have a way for you to communicate. You can talk to us through this device I'm holding in my hand. everybody present with us right now? Are you still taking classes here? Don't be scared to come forward and talk to us. We're not going to hurt you. We're just curious. I'd like to talk to you. Got this really cool device. If there's any spirits here, can you tell us what kind of classes you took? I'm not getting anything, are you? Could all fall into urban legend, man.
Hey, that happens too.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, there's not.
So we can walk back the lower levels on either end. If you want to, you can
So
walk on the outside of the building, whatever makes you happy.
one more room down.
Downstairs?
Yeah.
Okay.
So the downstairs has two ends, and they don't really connect. We can check both.
Okay.
Sure. So I'm gonna
Oh, I left my little
Yeah.
box thing in there.
all good?
Yeah.
Thanks. Can't remember where the steps go down are as opposed to just using the elevator.
Oh, we can use the order. Yeah.
First. It's just a matter of, YouTube has somewhere in the neighborhood of 300 buildings, and it sometimes takes a minute to remember where everything is in the
I wouldn't be able to remember any of this.
Unless I've been here for a while.
Yeah, I've been here 14 and a half years, so I do okay. So this level is primarily a testing support center.
Okay.
Classroom.
Gonna test down each of the classrooms too.
I mean, we can. I mean, we really haven't found and come up with any evidence to say that, you know, there's spirits.
Something to
Yeah,
find.
Yeah, it'd be-
exactly.
And that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm totally enjoying this. I'm having fun with it. Cool.
An educational thing.
Yeah. It just shows how what people can say. You know, like one of my friends had mentioned, do you want me to turn this light off?
It'll turn off automatically.
Okay. It's like one of my friends had said, you know, the teacher would tell them a story, each student the same story, and throughout the week, throughout the day, and then she would have them come back the next day, and everybody, the same story was told. Like everybody changed it, like it just kind of grew more and more different and changed all the time. So it kind of makes you wonder. It's like whenever these people would say that they had seen this or that, you know.
Let me see. I can't remember if we've got access into. Yeah, you can see when ours was built.
Yeah.
There was this tunnel was used as a cool air
Yeah.
source.
A long tunnel.
Right. So actually, in summer, this stays relatively cool. There's no direct sunlight, kind of below ground. And back in 1919, you know, people didn't expect 72 degrees,
Right.
you know, in summer. So any sort of cool air was better. Over the years, we've come back. We've closed up openings to remove some of those air shafts.
Right.
Modern fire code makes it a little hard to have those connections.
That's crazy.
But we want to pop up. Well, how about we walk around the building and go on the other side?
Okay, that's fine.
You said you want to look around outside a little bit.
Yeah. Because like there's 3 stories that I've heard about out here on the hill. Now I don't know exactly. I guess a lot of people, some of the people had said that they had seen it around Ayers Hall, and they said when you walk the building, when you walk the property at night on the hill, they have seen what appears to be like a black hound and what appears to be the wampus cat, which has, you know, Mr. Wampus cat is known in a lot of places in Tennessee, but
Right.
they said they had seen like what appears to be a wolf-like creature with feline features. So I'm seeing that that's where they probably get the hound and the wampus cat tied together. And they said they've seen it actually perch up on its hind legs from time to time. And then the bowler hat man, which is a man dressed in like 1900s attire.
Wearing a bowler hat.
Yes, wearing a bowler hat, and he'll tip his hat to you, and he has like a bullet hole in his head. They said he's probably a student from the 1900s that was killed or committed suicide. But that could all be related to the same story of a student's girlfriend was going here. They broke up, and then he took his own life.
Well, there's also another true story about deaths in and around this area.
Yeah.
I don't remember exactly when it happened, but I want to say it was maybe the 30s. There was a snowstorm. They canceled classes. And students were down sledding and playing on Cumberland Avenue. They were blocking traffic. And in an early incidence of road rage, a motorist actually shot a student.
Oh, wow.
Which is why, for many years, UT wouldn't close in the event of snow, because the previous administrations looked at that and said, we want no part of that. We never want that to happen again.
Well, we can try out here at the room pod, and
Feel free.
I'll set up my necrophonic app.
Good. Electrical switch.
So this leads on to the main stuff.
Okay, I think that temperature sensor, I'm going to turn that off because that will not get it. a breeze out here, so obviously it's not affecting anything on that. Okay, my name's Larry, so I've heard some stories about what students have said they've seen a man wearing a bowler hat that walks the hill around here. Is that spirit present with us right now? People say you tip your hat to people and you can choose to show them the bullet hole in your head. Can you tell us what the story is behind that? Were you a student here? Did you say yes before? Was that you? There's two no's right there. Are there spirits of Civil War of soldiers on this property? Are there any spirits that roam this property? Does it sound like three?
Yeah, that's what it sounded like for a
What do you
second.
think? You don't know?
I couldn't make it out.
Okay. Did you say three? Well, who are the three spirits if that's what you said? One of those, the story of the bowler man? Is that who? One of the three? Normally at a location we get a lot of activity.
Right.
But this is kind of, I don't know, what do you think? You think it's urban legends?
Might be.
Maybe.
Might be story passed on to story, turns into.
Yeah? What do you want to go ahead and wrap up then?
We still got one more side to check.
Oh, one more side, okay. I forgot about that one over there.
Okay.
To put it at. Because you had to break this up into like, it was like two parts.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
To,
No, you're fine.
It's definitely, this is probably the most interesting investigation that we've ever been on.
yeah. Most of it's like, here's the place. We ain't got much to say about it.
We really
We
do
bought it.
appreciate this.
Well, let him do it. Let him do it.
how like you can see the sunset on the windows. You know, so it's like really cool looking. So are those all dorms over there?
So that's actually, Austin P is another academic building.
Oh, okay.
More of our dorms live farther west on campus.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember. I think Austin P and Ayers are about the same age.
Okay.
Ayers may be a little older. But for a period of time, Austin P was the administrative hub for the university.
Killed during construction of Ayers Hall.
Yep. That's original construction, not the 2011 renovation.
Right. I wonder, that'd be a good name to ask a question for. Yeah, we'll ask down here once we get further down the hall.
Stewart.
Yeah, John Stewart.
Much like on the other side, this is a pretty short hallway. That's the other end of the tunnel.
Oh, okay. And we'll go upstairs to the main room that we came in at. We'll run one more session. We'll kind of wrap it up.
Sure. That'd be serious. Your stuff is sitting right over there.
Set this one over here. Let's see it. Okay, so we saw a memorial bench down the hall. It was for John Stewart, who passed away during the construction of Ayers Hall when it was first being built. John, if you are you possibly one of these spirits that maybe the students see roaming this hill? If so, can you go up there and touch that device for us, please? Can you touch it again? That was you, John. Can you touch it again, please? It's not going to hurt you. See, I'll touch it too. Okay, that was pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Here is the temperature light. No error. John, I have two devices that you can talk to us If you'd like for me to turn on one of these, can you go up there and make those lights light up, please? Like you did before? Well, he's definitely touching, or something is touching the temperature light, but it's not sounding off like it normally would.
Mm-hmm.
John, if that's you, can you talk to us? Thank you. Well, okay. Can you make those lights light up?
I'm touching the sides.
Let's come near the antenna, John. That's you. Thank you. And there's no air in here.
Not a lot.
Not a lot at all. That wouldn't be enough
A
to.
little bit.
That's
I'm
picking
gonna
up
have to
drops
shut
plus
that
each
off.
time it goes off, it's dropping plus 2 degrees each time.
Right.
Move it. Let's see, it's right there. Just try it that way.
Oh, it's picking something up.
I'll try to cross the room.
Yeah. Okay.
See if it does it.
Thank you. Can you back away? Don't drain my battery, please. Okay, we're gonna move it over here. Okay, can you go over there and touch it?
Oh.
Okay. Do you like that? Do you like that little device? Well, I think we found maybe what people might be seeing.
Neat stuff.
John, are you over there touching that device? Can you go touch it again? Put on FM, or A, yeah, AM. John, was that you touching my device? And honestly, you know, that makes a lot of sense because the guy up on the 4th floor said he saw an orb.
Mm-hmm.
I think that could be,
Oh, yeah.
could be John from
Could
time
be.
to time.
Could
I mean,
be.
spirits aren't very active. They're not gonna have enough energy to make things fully light up 100%. But that temperature gauge, we got that at Randolph County Asylum with no.
Right.
So I mean, I'm not saying it is John, but it very well could be because he died during the construction here. He only 22 years old. It said on his
Yeah.
bench.
Mm-hmm.
It's certainly something interesting.
Yes.
I mean, that's certainly a notable result.
Yes. And obviously, he had. It looks like whatever was playing with it, which I mean, I don't know. I don't want to say it's the spirit of John, but it very well could be.
Could be.
So, I mean, we can wrap this up and we'll go home and I'll look at all the video
Okay.
and I'll look it over and stuff and everything and I'll email you a copy
Excellent.
and then you can forward it to Jason.
Jason and a couple other folks in our
Yes.
communications unit. Yeah.
That is crazy. It was on the table, the chair, and then over here. That's amazing.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about,
great.
moving it.
Oh, yeah.
All right, we're gonna leave you alone now. And thank you very much, John, for interacting with us tonight. We really appreciate it. We're gonna leave you in peace now. And thank you, Dan, very much for this.
Glad to
And
do it.
I would like to come back, honestly, like if they grant us permission to come back and do maybe a more thorough. This seems to be a spot right here.
Yeah.
That's why I was wanting to check out both sides, you know, just
Yes.
to
Oh, yeah,
see.
definitely.
Get the walking, get the feel.
It was worth the walk.
Yeah, because I mean, to find that right there and then come in here and all of a sudden, boom.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys, we will see you on the other side. Stay spooky, stay blessed, and stay safe. And we'll catch y'all later.